Alrighty, let's try this again. I actually did this once already, and then I didn't have the right audio device selected. So, welcome to my garage. Let's take a look at this A46. Now look, I get the bangin' crew, right? Pretty good. But this tank is trash. This tank is absolute trash. So we're going to take a look at it compared to its other contemporary premium tanks. I got a T52. I've got a Type 64 and the A46. A46 had to play for missions. Type 64, I think it's like 10, 12 bucks, which is totally a bargain compared. And this one was free. This one was free. Okay, this one I actually had to work for. Okay, so I do have a soft spot for British tanks. That's where my family served for the most part, and I just have a soft spot for it. But anyway, let's take a look at this bad boy. So we'll compare these three equal tier light tanks, and you can see very quickly that it falls short. Now, it has higher average damage. It's not as good as the Type 64. The penetration is particularly low. The rate of fire, not great, right? Traverse speed, pretty good, tied with the Russian. Type 64 has actually a Hellcat turret, so it turns very slowly compared to these two. Gun depression's fine. It's fine. But where you really don't see, it really doesn't separate itself in any way that's good until you get to the camouflage, which is excellent. The camouflage is excellent. So as a pure scout goes, it's pretty good, right? And even the view range isn't too bad, right? It falls far below the Type 64. I think it has 10 meters left base view range than the Type 64, but the same as the Russian, which I can't figure out. Russian tanks usually have lower. Anyway, but then here's the thing that really bugs me. So you've got this really sneaky tank, and it's got decent view range, but then its radio is basically semaphore. If it weren't for the fact that I had a banging crew, this thing would be around 450, which isn't even half of a map. So you can't be wiring back to your artillery unless you've got somebody in between relaying a signal. So let's just say you're in endgame and you're trying to spot and you're left with the artillery. Chances are, unless they pulled up with you, you're not communicating, and it's terrible. So as a pure scout goes, it doesn't have the other tool it needs, which is a radio. So tragically bad gun, adequate mobility, tragically bad gun. Did I mention it? It's so bad? It is so bad. It's so bad. Adequate mobility, really good camo, bad radio. All right, let's see this thing in action. All right, so what does it take to do all right in this A46? Well, let's find out. First of all, I have a pretty good team. That will go well for me. Another thing to know, this was the last of the A-series tanks before the Brits started going into their FV fighting vehicle series tanks. This was a prototype. I don't think it got beyond the wood carving and some engine selection, and they were going to put the gun from the Comet in it. A better gun than we have in this scenario. The other thing I'd like to note that I don't know that I pointed out was this thing has its premium rounds, which I'm loaded up on, has a penetration of 138, which is also worse than class. The Type 64 has 177 pen with its premium rounds. Alright, so we get a spot on the E25 when he shoots at me and he misses, which is cool, and my team is on the fucking ball, and we roll for 830, taking that guy out. I'm squirming on the top of the hill here, not knowing if I'm going to attract attention from K0, and I do, but they're a little late, dollar short, winging a shot over in this general direction. So I don't think there's anybody up on the plateau there, but there certainly is in K0. So I'm going to take my time a little bit here. So you can tell this tank's not mobile, and it is somewhat agile, and I do see it climbing things that a lot of others don't. It is quite light as well. Do not ram anything in this vehicle. You will pay the ultimate price. It is small. SMOL. Its gun is also small. But it is sneaky. Alright, so I am going to push up to the plateau here with my very inadequate gun. And so far we've done a grand total of spotting one tank and eliminating from the game. And here we have an AFK T-32. And I think I'm safe to actually not just spot him, but smash him. And I'm not getting spotted, which is cool. Is it the shrubbery? Am I too small for the shrubbery? Is my camo that good? and they're spotting people there in the 0 line, but I am not in danger of being shot by them, and my team is helping me destroy this T-32, but I get the kill, which is just desserts and sweet, and I will take it. So I'm up to 609 damage, and got a whole bunch more spotting, over 700 more spotting with that T-32. Alright, so our E-25 is plowing through the group, hoping not to get hit, driving through as fast as possible to spot them, and hoping that our team will shoot them all. And so I'm just going to shoot this Panther in the butt, except it's not his butt, it's his front. That's always awkward. That's always awkward. But luckily team's on the ball, and I only take one whack from the Panther. Oh, but the Scorpion pops me one. Alright, so the Scorpion does not have a turret that traverses all the way around, so I'm thinking that my best bet is to actually try to get behind him, but he's going to put a second shot into me that could have killed me and taken me away anyway. The team helps me put away the Scorpion. My shot missed entirely at point-blank range, taking up the entire reticle, take it up with Wargaming. I might do a ticket. And here's the VK-2801, who's ignoring me to choose to look at the rest of my the enemy team, and I'm drowning, and I got to get out of here. And the T-3485 chucks him under, rams him to death. Now I'm up. I got air, so I'm not going to drown yet, but the T-3485 could put me under, depending on how he gets out of here. But he's a gent. Look at this thing scrabble up that slope. What slope? I was surprised that actually worked, to be honest. Is this thing a little bit of a mountain goat? Do I have my mountain goat Chinese badges on the wrong tank, the Type 64? Should I put them on this A46 piece of crap? This thing does need a nickname. This thing does need a nickname. Shit tank is taken, I think. It's not a bad looking tank, right? It's not a bad looking tank, and I'm trying to get a view on tanks that are behind a building because I'm a genius. I am a genius. So I have over 2,000 spotting, but I am now behind most of the team, so I need to get out front and get some picks on, or at least get my gun into the game. Got 1,044 damage. Got the S tank pushing up my left. This ammo looks a little bit more interesting, but look, I am not getting a, I'm getting a red pen marker, and I'm spotted, so I gotta pull back a little bit here. Red pen marker on the lower plate of an ammo with premium ammunition. Okay, fine. This gun really is weedy, though. Oh, we finally put one in. Excellent. 105 average damage, which, you know, for a light tank, I'm fine with that. But the not being able to pen anything and the misses and stuff, it really is super pathetic. All right. I'm at least getting partial spotting on this Emil because our E-25 is ducked into an alcove and the other E-25 is buggered off. So I'm at least going to get a piece of the assistance on the Emil. And I'm wondering who's up on that hill. There's got to be at least somebody up on that back hill. More than likely the Lorraine, I hope. And our team is plowing through their team for the most part. Our 703 did just worked him over. This SU-130 PM has had my back all the way, which is great. I finally have an orange pen marker, so I decided to let one loose, and I do get a tracking and damaging shot, which I like. Another piece of damage. Whew, it is a lot of work. That's a long reload for that small little bit of damage. Now I'm just hating. Now I'm just hating. And we got a 12-5 result happening here, and I've done my bit. And we've got a stunned Lorraine, so his camouflage has gone down. He might have fired, but it could be just his camo went down. And we miss one, and we finally peg one in the low roll, and then he's going to disappear, and we'll just, take him down. All right, cool. And I look, and I think, you know, is there a chance? I'm going to, nope, it's game over. So that's how to get a result. Just have a really good team and get out there and be brave. I guess that's the moral of the story. Anyway, wear a mask, wash your hands, stay home, have fun. Talk to you later. Okie doke, so this was an ace, which was really nice, with 2,368 assistance damage. Cool, 1,481 damage of my own. Not quite a scroll bar, but I did get base capture points, and I did put it to 15 shots in enemy vehicles. So it's cool. I like it. I like the result. I hate the tank. For my team, I came in tops on experience, which, given that it's a tier 8 game and I did spot a bunch in a tier 6 tank, that's pretty good. But I also came in number 4 on damage, which I think is a bit of an accomplishment in this tank, given that it doesn't really have a gun. Last but not least, even though this is a premium tank, this thing cost me money. I earned 60,000 for the battle, but I lost 67,000 in resupply and ammunition. So it was a 10K net loss. in a 6.5 minute game, which is not long. This was actually a very, very good team. I was very lucky to have those guns behind me. So often I play light tanks. I do love them. But really the payoff is not in spotting anymore. Scouting is a lost art for a reason. People do not shoot what you spot anymore. So often they're so concerned with being spotted that they're hiding behind a rock, playing defensive, and not taking a shot at what you've procured for them. So it's not worth it. Anyway, take care. Wear a mask, wash your hands, stay home as much as possible, and have a good one.